Hey there, Headbangers. It's Steph with Metal Fitness. Today's video, I'm super excited to do. Get ready for it. It's on how to hack your nutrition and exercise so you can lose body fat. Maybe by Halloween. Because Halloween. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the nutrition aspect of it. And everything I offer to you is going to be simple and effective. I'm not about being overly fluffy and complicated. I might talk a lot, but I like to explain things and make sure you understand. So I'm going to go over nutrition, some really simple things. Feel free to pause the video, screenshot that, so you're able to zoom in and pull it up closer. And you're more than welcome to ask me if you have any questions or if there's something you're not able to read, definitely let me know. I want to make sure you get all the juicy info. So, nutrition. First off, let's start with this top line. Consistency is key. In anything you do, please know that showing up and doing it multiple times is the key to success. Practice makes perfect, and believe me, I keep learning this every day, especially lately. And that goes with working out. You know how you do it a couple times and eventually that builds up. The same applies to anything else in your life. The more that you show up, the more consistency you put in, the more you're going to see results. So I'm always going to say mindset is huge, consistency is super important. Second of all, your health is your wealth. It is not an expense. Please do not treat you taking care of yourself as an expense. You need to do what it is so you can feel better and be your best. And I spend a lot of money on myself to do that. And I'm proud of that because I live in my body and you live in your body. So I want you to really appreciate and understand everything you do is for you. I want you to serve your own higher purpose. So with that being said, let's get into it. So nutrition, how to hack your nutrition in simple ways. Number one, added oils. So when you add oils to your foods, try reducing your oils. So you might not measure it and you just pour. Try reducing that to a teaspoon each time you add oils. I personally recommend being very modest when you add oils to things. So looking at what you're adding, being mindful, and by doing a teaspoon, it holds you accountable and that consistency. If you only add a teaspoon, you're only adding that amount always. So maybe even reducing servings if you find you use a lot of oil. I personally found this out myself. It was one of the very, very, very first things I ever learned myself. I realized I didn't know portions at all. And I realized how much added up. So that's the simplest, easiest way to start cutting back on calories without going crazy. Next one is eat meals on smaller plates and only do one serving. Purpose of this is when your plate is bigger than your head, you're typically want to fill up the plate. Am I right or am I right? Your eyes get bigger than your stomach and you're like, oh, I can eat everything on that plate. Reduce the size of your plate so it's not like that, way bigger than your head, and make it a little bit smaller and stick to one plate. You'd be quite surprised. It sounds really simple, but that would be really effective for many people to help with portion control. Another one is if you find that maybe you're always hungry all the time, before you eat your food, have a glass of water before you're doing it. 8 to 16 ounces, play around with it. Depending upon your own intake, feel what feels right. If you drink water before you eat, it's going to add some consistency. And then once you add whole foods, fibrous foods, veggies, lean protein, on top of that, you are going to get fuller faster. Many times I drink half an energy drink and then I drink a glass of water and then I wonder why I can't even finish all my food, and that's why. So another good tip. If you are just randomly hungry throughout the day, try drinking 8 to 16 ounces of water again. Sometimes when you feel like you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. You know, it's your body's way of saying, hey, I need something. And you get water from your foods. Pro tip. So try drinking water when you're hungry. If you find you wait a little bit, maybe 20, 30 minutes, and you're like, fuck dude, I'm still way hungry. Instead of reaching for ice cream or potato chips, if you make a habit of stuff like that, try eating a fruit or a vegetable, celery, cucumber, tomatoes, carrots. My personal favorite is fruit, so I'll go with like dried apricots or oranges or bananas. That will contain lots of healthy nutrients for you, fiber, and I love fruit. So within reason, find something you enjoy that's a whole food, and enjoy that if you are hungry and have already drank water and it doesn't work. So the next and last one is replace some of each meal with a 1/4 cup of cooked quinoa, buckwheat, or oats. These are grains that are very satiating, so they're going to keep you full. They add fiber to your diet. There's lots of other healthy stuff in it. So this will also help curb a little bit of your hunger and give you sustained energy. They call these slow digesting carbs. They are your best friend, believe me. So if you normally have a ton of potatoes or a ton of another vegetable, perhaps reducing a little bit from each thing that you normally would eat and then add in the 1/4 cup of oats. If you're unsure, you can always message me. I can give you a quick suggestion. With that being said, the very last one is going to be on exercise, body weight circuits. So for the purpose of today, to make this simple, we're going to be doing body weight. Body weight means you need no equipment, nothing. You need your body, some comfortable clothes, a mat, carpet, a softer surface, and a bottle of water. That's all you need. And your willpower, you're going to need it. So bodyweight circuit benefits are you get a post-workout calorie burn. So by using your body and exerting everything and sweating and getting your heart rate up, you are going to burn mega calories after. I can't give you an exact amount, everyone's different, but you do get a post-workout calorie burn. So after you're done, you're sitting there, your body's like, I'm recovering. You're burning a couple extra calories there. Hey, it adds up. Fast, simple, and effective. No extra bullshit, no fluff, simple, to the point, effective. Don't have much time, not a big deal. Easy to do with limited space. I do most of mine in my living room. Another great one about this. No boring ass treadmill. Hidden cardio is my best friend. This is hidden cardio. You don't have to do a treadmill and run to get cardio. If anyone tells you that, they're crazy, because there are many ways that you can get your cardio in. This is my way of doing it because do you like cardio? I sure don't. So I find really interesting ways of adding that in. I will purposefully do things to get my heart rate up, to get some of that heart benefit that comes along with it. And then of course that leads me to heart strengthening. So by using your whole body as a unit, you're working all your muscles, you're getting the blood flow going to your muscles, and getting your heart rate up because you're sweating and you're probably out of breath. That is going to strengthen your heart because your heart's also muscle. So with that being said, the very last one is going to be the circuit itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one. I'm going to show you just a handful of them. I'm not going to do the whole thing, to give you the form and idea. If you need to modify, go down onto your knees, all of that is perfectly fine. I want you to modify in a way that suits your body because we are all different. I don't expect you to look just like me, but I want you to pay attention to how your body's feeling as you're doing it. And if you feel like you're pushing yourself so hard that you're starting to compromise your body, or it feels like you're struggling, I want you to just take a quick second, take a sip of water, take a big deep breath and say, I'm gonna fucking do this and I'm gonna nail it. Sometimes you need a little extra oomph. So we're gonna start with squats, Diablo twist, jumping jacks for 30 seconds, push-ups, lunges, and hollow hold for 30 seconds. So you're gonna do all 6, rest 1 minute, and then, or up to 1 minute, drink some water, take a deep breath, go back in, go back in. So you're gonna go through, take that very short rest, or just take a couple of sips of water and get back to it. Just make sure it's brief. And you're gonna do that 3 times. So you go through, take your very short break in your water, take a couple deep breaths, rinse and repeat at least 3 times. You can do more if you want to, if you have the time, and if your body is ready for it. By all means, you're more than welcome to do more. I don't suggest you do this every day of the week. You only need this like 3 days a week. And give yourself at least a day rest in between to allow your body to recover. And also remember to always do a warm-up and a cool down. So for today's purpose, I'm not, but I need to have it in there for you because I want you to understand those are very important as well. Your recovery is just as important as your workout. So start with a very short warm-up. It can be a yoga flow. You can go and search online on those. I do have a site or a YouTube page that's called Metal Yoga with Stephanie. I have some older videos on there that might have some useful information that you can pull out of there and use yourself. I also have Metal Fitness for Headbangers group on Facebook. Feel free to join that group too. There's also a yoga video I posted in there, as well as lots of tips and guides and everything else if you're not already a part of it. Let's do this. So make sure you have your mat ready and water and yourself and your drive. It's not going to be easy. This might seem easy to start, but it adds up. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to have this handy by me, so that way I'll make sure I got it all for you now. So the first one are going to be body weight squats. So feet are going to be about sit bone distance. Get nice and ready. And then you're welcome to put your arms up. They can be at your hips, out to the side, whatever you want to do. I personally don't put my arms up. It doesn't feel right to me. So you're going to sit back, and you're going to go up. And you're going to do this 8 times. Now imagine the ground is like a spring. Press your feet into the ground, use your core, and try to keep your back nice and long. If you're not able to get down too low, that's okay. Do with whatever means that you have. As you progress on, you might find you become more flexible, and this is, of course, when the warm-up and cool-down is important. So, number 2 is Diablo twist. Diablo twist is just like that because it adds on. So, if you need to start on your knees, you can tilt your hips multiple ways. Find that happy medium. So when you're in this, I don't want it to look like a down dog. I also don't want you to do a sloppy one, because this is very hard on your low back. So from here, Diablo twist, you're going to go to your right and to your left. That counts as 1, 2, 3, and on from there. Next one is going to be jumping jacks. Of course, I wore a necklace, I probably should have done that. But you're going to do 30 seconds. You can have fun. Look at like steel ones. Makes you be coordinated too, right? And then from there, we move on to push-ups. The jumping jacks are 30 seconds. Push-ups, 8 to 10. Same thing applies on the plank earlier. Knees down if needed to. Belly button lifts. Try to keep your spine really long here. So fingertips nice and strong, core is lifted. And you do this 8 times. Lunges, 8 to 10. And this is going to be total. So 4 on each side or 5 on each side, whatever is doable. So step back. You're going to bend your knee. Try to keep your front knee about over your front ankle. Try not to let it go too far back. And step forward. That's 1, 1, 2, 2. And on from there. If you find that's too much, not a big deal. Just go ahead and do 4 on each side or 4 total. Sorry, I'm already out of breath. So for the lunges, you can do 8 to 10 total, so it can be 8 total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 8 or 10, or you can do 8 to 10 on each side, depending upon your experience. Next one's going to be hollow hold. Traditionally, hollow hold is meant to be arms overhead. I like arms by my side. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds. What I'm going to do is go through all that once more without explanation. I just want to show you the movements in a very smooth fashion. I hope it was insightful for you today. I hope you learned something from it as I'm trying to breathe. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always available if you need more, if you have any questions on this. So, all right, well, I'm glad to be here today for you. And I hope your day kicks ass and rock on.